Hey guys, welcome to another 3-Minute Thursday. It is gross and rainy here in Atlanta today, so I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk to you about something that was recommended to me by Samuel on our community page on YouTube. That is how to stay connected to the internet when you are out sailing or just living on your boat. I remember this was one of the biggest roadblocks that we had when we were planning on living aboard because we knew that we were going to need reliable internet. So today I'm going to share our experience, both from when we were living on the East Coast of the United States and when we were in the Bahamas. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and put 3 minutes on the clock and see how fast I can get through this. All right, when you live on a boat, you have said goodbye to wired internet connections. You are living in the clouds now. So there's a couple of different options that you have available to you, and it's really going to depend on your docking situation. The simplest solutions come when you're docked in a marina. They're likely gonna have Wi-Fi for you that you can connect to. And from what I've seen, the speeds are great, the service is reliable, and there's not an extra charge added onto your slip. It's just included in your nightly rate. Now, things tend to get a little bit more complicated when you're either on a mooring ball or you've dropped the hook somewhere. There might be a nearby restaurant or bar where you can connect to their Wi-Fi, but chances are you're going to be on your own looking for a different solution. And thankfully, it's really not all that complicated. Chances are you have a smartphone in your pocket and you can use that for your internet service pretty much anywhere you go as long as you have an appropriate plan. When Charles and I were on the East Coast, we only used our phones for Wi-Fi. And we never had a problem with connecting to Zoom, uploading videos, streaming Netflix or podcasts. We always felt connected and never experienced any hardships with our internet connection. I'm sure all the providers out there have unlimited packages. Both Charles and I have T-Mobile and we really love it, mainly because we have unlimited talk, text, and data. And specifically on the data, we have unlimited data when using our phones as a hotspot so that we can connect with things like our computers or iPads. And it's kind of tricky to figure this out because I'm not really sure why it works this way, but that unlimited hotspot tethering is actually only available if you add on the international plan, which is $15 a month. So for us, it was worth it because we were going to be traveling internationally. And even when we were in the United States, it made it worth it because it allowed us to have unlimited internet for the two of us for $30 a month. But that's because we were careful to check T-Mobile's coverage plan and make sure that everywhere we wanted to go was covered by reliable service. You might be thinking, wait a minute, you only use your cell phones for internet? While that is true for while we were on the hook in the United States, we did opt for a different option while we were in the Bahamas. And I see questions about how people stay connected in the Bahamas all the time, and I feel like everyone thinks it's a much bigger problem than it actually is. And there's really nothing to worry about. Once you get down there, there's a ton of good providers. You can get up and running in a couple of minutes and then be on your way. What we chose to use was Alive. I think it's Alive, so that's what I'm gonna say. Their service was phenomenal. We had unlimited data for the entire Bahamas for $140 a month. And I know that sounds like a lot for internet, but it's also our TV because we just use things like Netflix and Hulu. And without that connection, we wouldn't have been able to be down there. So it was certainly worth it for us. Charles was able to get on Zoom calls all day long. I was able to connect with clients, and we were able to do everything we needed to do from YouTube.
You're out of time.
What? No, I'm not even halfway done with all my information. Maybe we should call it 13-Minute Thursday. Now, my favorite thing about it was their service was sold to us in a little hotspot, so we didn't have to connect it to our phones. So we always had our T-Mobile service as a backup. Let's say we go to shore and we only have our phones, we could still be connected. But for any day where we were going on shore for a long time, for like a beach day or a big hike, we would just bring our little Alive hotspot with us, and we were connected to the internet everywhere we went. Now, sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes we just chose to leave it on the boat and get disconnected for a while. Speaking specifically about Alive service, I have to say it was just phenomenal. The whole time we were there, that's 5 months, we only found one little anchorage where service wasn't great, and we just went around the corner to the next bay or key, and everything was great. We were connected, back on Zoom, doing work in no time. So they really do have great coverage and speeds, except for in the park, which if you know anything about the geography of the Bahamas, it's just kind of a known factor. You're not going to get great cell service in the park or great internet service in the park. And because that's the way it was designed, they don't have any towers nearby, and it is really just a nature preserve. And let me tell you what, it's a fantastic experience and a great place to disconnect. If you're going somewhere outside of the Bahamas in the United States and you're curious about whether or not you're going to have a good internet connection, my best advice to you is just to Google two things. One, the name of the country where you're going, and two, internet service providers. At that point, just do a quick peruse of their page, see what sort of data plans they have, what sort of packages they have, and look at their coverage maps. Once you do that, you'll have a really good understanding of how well you can stay connected in that country. Those are the two ways that we stay connected once we've gotten to where we're going. But I know a lot of people are always curious about satellite, and yes, we do have a satellite connection on the boat. It's our Iridium Go. I highly recommend that anybody that goes on a passage or a sailing has access to something like the Iridium Go. This is a satellite connection that goes fairly slowly, very slowly. Think back to the days of dial-up, or maybe worse.
You've got mail.
But speed isn't the point. You're not using this connection to surf the internet. You're using these connections for something like downloading your weather forecast, sending or receiving texts with valuable information, or in case of emergency.
Wilson! Wilson!
There are high-speed satellite options that are available for boats, but they're really expensive, like thousands of dollars a month expensive. So until Starlink comes around and makes satellite internet affordable for all of us, I'm just gonna settle for my Iridium Go and being disconnected while underway. One last thing worth mentioning is a cell booster. It's just an antenna on your boat that magnifies your signal and helps you connect to either Wi-Fi or a cell tower nearby. We actually have one on the boat, but we've never bothered to turn it on because we've never really needed to. But my understanding is that you would pick up a SIM card from a local provider like Alive or BTC in the Bahamas, plug it into your booster, and then boom, you're connected with a super high power antenna. Before I get into today's bloopers, I just want to say thank you to Samuel again for the awesome suggestion for a video. If you have a suggestion for a future video, please put it in the comments below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on Sunday for a new vlog. Bye guys. Wow. I wonder if the microphone picked that up.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Radar just tooted. Before I get into What? What are you looking at? Oh my god. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Because, wait, is that the air conditioner? It's raining. Can you guys hear that? It's just raining, but it's never gonna stop raining, so I have to film today. I don't think I got that key thing right even once when we were in the Bahamas. Always call it a K. I mean, it's spelled C-A-Y. Why you call it K-E-Y? Alright, I'm done. Peace.